everybody, and welcome to a Christmas edition of 10 Minutes with. It's our Christmas message and a little bit of chat about TBL licenses as well as we head into the festive period. Any tip tapping in the background are not reindeer on the roof, it is the other dog who is out of shot. The smaller one might make an appearance at any time. Sam, first of all, happy Christmas, sir. How are you?
Merry Christmas to you as well. I'm glad to be off work now for 2 weeks and have some time to relax.
Absolutely.
Although I'm sure that the touring cars might throw up some interesting presents for us over this period.
Absolutely. We can imagine, we're deep into the off-season. The TBL licenses have been announced and have caused a lot of debate, fuss. Obviously, the main news is, not unexpectedly, if you follow anything online, is that Team Hard will not be on the grid next season. Or if they are, they're not going to be owning any licenses. It's unlikely we'll see anything with Team Hard, to be honest with you, although never rule out them running a license somehow, somewhere. But the key is they're not holding any licenses going into the year.
No, we obviously touched in it in our award ceremony, which if you haven't seen is up on YouTube now. So go and have a look at that and let us know what you think.
Absolutely. So to run through who has got a license to race. Alliance Racing have got 4. Well, that'll probably be the same 4 we saw this year. Obviously, they're going to take over Napa, or Napa's being called Alliance Racing, whatever way we're going to do it. Accelerate Motorsport have got 4. Some talk in the off-season they're going to be running 6 cars. As of yet, they've only got 4 licenses. WSR have got 4. Speedworks Motorsport have got 4, so they've expanded from a 3-car to a 4-car team, assuming they fill all 4 licenses.
That is obviously something that they've talked about doing before, which they then didn't fulfil. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see whether they actually do that this time round.
One Motorsport have got 3. PMR have got 3. Restart Racing, who have been in TCR with Chris Smiley, have got 2, and they have announced that Chris Smiley will be racing for them into Cupras, his teammate to be announced. Ada Moffat Racing has got 2. Is he going back to form his own team? Is he going to run them? Is he going to loan them out and still be at one racing himself? Who knows? And CBM Racing has 1 who we understand and believe to be Carl Boardley Motorsport, who of course is the current 2023 TCR champion.
Yeah, I mean, he held a licence last year as well, which Team Hard would have used. And there are a couple of teams in there. Ada Moffat Racing, we've already mentioned. We think that they might have had licences on loan to Team Hard last season. So how the loan market of licences is going to work is a real quandary, really.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's lament the loss of Team Hard for a moment. Yeah. Obviously, a lot has happened off the track. A lot is being speculated. A lot we do not feel comfortable talking about for legal reasons. However, I think it's fair to say they were missed. It's easy to throw stick at them. I think in hindsight, there's a reason that the bigger teams don't run 6 cars. It's very expensive to do so.
It is.
But equally, they were the stepping stone for many to get into the sport. And you take the human cost as well. Just for Christmas, there's no doubt, massive. People are out of jobs. Drivers who aren't necessarily the most important thing, but they're now going to face an uncertain future, especially with something like Dan Lloyd, who has struggled to get a budget to get to the grid in the past. Bobby Thompson, ditto. Dexter Patterson, who regular listeners and viewers will know I rate very highly. He might struggle because, let's be honest, he's a young kid making his way in the sport. Darryl DeLion, ditto. So, Nick Hamilton, another one that you would think would probably struggle to get to the grid, and who has said he doesn't think he's going to make it to the grid this year.
Nope.
And they are casualties of the sport, and it is a shame to lose Team Hard. Obviously, they did give us some magical moments over the years. I'm thinking of the win at Silverstone.
In
the pouring rain. Thompson.
Hamilton 6th last season at Donington as well.
Thompson's podium and outright pace this year as well. They've had some really good moments throughout this season. They've been racing with us. So I think we would both like to wish everyone associated with Team Hard all the best in any future endeavours.
I'm hoping that there will be plenty of opportunities out there with these other licences that teams coming in, even like Restart Racing. Yes, we know they're bringing a lot of people back that have been in touring cars before that were at TCR, but they may have that room to bring on those other engineers or even pit stop people to come into those teams from Team Hard.
Let's play a quick game then. So we'll run because we've still got 5 minutes here. So Alliance Racing, 4 TBLs. Will they fill all 4 cars? I think yes.
Yes.
Will it be the same driver lineup as this year? I think yes.
I think so as well.
Robottom and Camish are putting out graphics for Merry Christmas, which has all the Napa sponsorship on it, and Osborne's dad owns the team. So the only person who hasn't really done anything is Sutton, although it's very surprising if he chooses not to come back. Unless he decides he wants to compete in a horse and chariot next year just to prove he can do horse wheel drive. But so I think all 4 will be the same.
And will it be a Ford?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Accelerate Motorsport. We've got 4 licenses. Fill all 4?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, comfortably as well. The grounding that they've set themselves now for in the sport, along with that young driver program as well, I think they're building something to rival Napa what they've done this season.
Same 4 drivers as this year?
Not completely. Obviously, we know Ronan's going to be back for next season.
Yep.
We're almost guaranteed to see Ingram back. Chilton's probably got the question as to whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there.
And yeah, I think he will probably be there. But I'm not so sure about Halstead. I wonder if they want to go in a slightly younger route.
I think all 4 will be there. I didn't think this until if you go onto the website and to renew your membership for next year with Accelerate, there's an option to select your favourite driver, and all 4 are listed. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it'd be odd that you could select, for example, House as your favourite driver and potentially receive Househead-based merchandise if he's not going to be there next season.
They'll probably have stuff left over from this season, but yes, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not there, but having seen that, I also wouldn't be surprised if he is there, because I don't think they'd sleep on it like that and make an error like that on their website.
No.
WSR, 4 licenses, 4 cars.
Yeah, 4 cars, all BMWs, and all 3 series.
That's a point on the Accelerate, actually. Will they keep the i40?
i30.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they will. I wouldn't be surprised if they run 3 i40s and do one that's been in the hatchback version that's been in the TCR as a test car for the season to see, because hatchback seems to be king at the minute. So that wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, back to BMW. Yeah, obviously Jake Hill's been announced that he's carrying on with Laser Tools Racing in a 3 series, which probably means they're all going to be running 3 series as well. Same 4?
No, I think there'll be one change, and I think, although we know at the end of last season Jelly had the option to come back for this year, I think he might move on to different class, basically, whether that be GTs or Porsches or something like that. And I think BMW would be smart now to try and start to build something. They might play it safe this year, and I think we've already discussed about the possibility of Collard going in there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be quite boring now. I think it probably will be the same 4.
Okay.
But I agree with you. If there is a doubt, it is over Jelly. Hello, Teddy. You've come to say what you think about WSR racing. Next up, then, we've got Speedworks Motorsport. They've got 4 licenses. Do you expect them to fill all 4?
I hope they do.
That's not a question.
No, I think they'll probably only do 3.
I agree.
But I think there'll be that possible 1 driver change. If Collard does move on, then they'll obviously look to bring in someone new. Maybe Thompson, maybe Watson.
I'd be surprised if they kept Gamble after this season, personally. But Butcher will be there.
Yeah.
They'll run the Corollas
in
matte black. And I think you might see Huff and Thompson there next season.
Okay.
If Collard moves on.
Yeah.
I now can't see who's next on the list because I have a Teddy in the way.
One Motorsport are next. Obviously 3 licenses. Do you think they'll keep the Honda for this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
And all 3 drivers?
No, I don't. This is the question. Is it with the Moffat stuff? Because if Moffat does loan out those licenses, you have to ask to whom would he loan them to. Yeah, I think it will be the same. Or would it be Edwards? No, I think it will be Moffat, Cook, unless Cook gets a better offer, and Crease. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's going to be a change up there. I think Moffat probably does stay and loans out his 2 licenses. I think Cook stays as well, but I think there might be someone different in that 3rd seat.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Not quite sure who though.
If it comes to budgets, that's why I'm putting Crease there, so you can probably afford to do it. PMR are next. They've got 3. Do you reckon they'll fill all 3?
Yeah, well, they've already filled 2 out of the 3, so it would be strange for them not to fill that 3rd one, especially after last season.
And I think it'll be Watson, and I think that they will stick with the Astra, although if there are 3 Coopers going cheap, rather than Vroom, because it's cracking joke there, then they could potentially look at that.
No, I think they'll stick with the Astra.
I think you're right. But
obviously we know 2 are confirmed. Will Watson be that final one? I'll be surprised if he doesn't get a better offer from elsewhere.
And then the only final one to really go through, because we don't know what's happening with CBM or Aidan Moffat, is Restart Racing. Obviously, we know they're coming to the grid with Smiley. We know they're going to be using a Cupra.
Yep.
I'm going to go for Senna Proctor. Ties to the old BTC team. Wants to get back into the sport. In my opinion, he's been out of the sport too long. He's a race winner. Yeah, I think Senna Proctor.
I think we might see possibly Jade there. I don't know why. I just have this sneaky suspicion in the back of my mind that car, although we've seen screenshots of what it might look like, will be absolutely plastered in sponsors.
Can I be slightly controversial?
Go on.
I think they want to be more ambitious than that.
Okay.
I think they're coming here not to make up the numbers. Don't forget they've won in TCR.
Yeah.
And they're moving across from TCR to touring cars. I think with Smiley, who's a TCR champion, and Race winning the touring cars, they're going to want a team that's, with respect to Jade, ambitious to challenge at the front. Those Cupras should be challenging at the front. There's no reason they shouldn't be. And I think they want to push them forward.
I think it might help them commercially to have her at the team and have that focus on possibly her being again the only woman in the sport for the coming season, and get a lot of coverage that way. But there are things to be worked out, certainly.
Absolutely.
And we'll see how they pan out over the next couple of months. We'll of course bring you many updates as we can along the way, whether they're going to be short ones like this or longer collated news articles. But yeah.
The only thing left to do is to wish you all a very Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Enjoy the holiday season, and we'll see you in 2024 for another year of racing.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.